It might be a good idea to start this conversation by introducing your research project and telling us a bit about how it relates to the overall theme of the Aggressor project.
My part of research in the frame of Aggressor project is about the image of Stalin in Baltic states and in Russia till the 90s and in contemporary Russia as well. What is special in the Baltic states? In the Western European culture of remembrance, the Nazi terror is the crime of the crimes. Yes, the Holocaust is crime of crimes, and there is nothing worse and nothing more criminal than the mass extermination of European Jews with collaboration also of non-Germans. And then we have this Baltic states discourse coming out and speak out and say, you are indifferent to our memory discourse and you have to integrate the Gulag memory and to say that it's also important, that our victims are also important, non-Jewish victims. That's no coincidence that they use their terms like enslavement to describe the communist terror, or they use the term genocide. They understand the communist terror not in political or ideological terms of socialism against capitalism, but as something what is ethnic foreign. Russians exterminate Lithuanians just because they are Lithuanians. If you look at the Russian discourse, it's a right-wing or nationalist approach to Stalin, to say Stalin was somebody who protected us against intrinsic Western aggression.
What is the role of the state, for example, and as well as the civil society? There is a competition in shaping public memory, and how is the interaction between organizations and the state on the other side?
So the main actor is the Russian state. It had been rather populistic. Some advances to liberal camp, some advances to right-wing camp. After the 21st February 22, we have the rather pro-Stalinistic. The other actors which we have in this landscape of collective memory, like Memorial or Free Historical Society, are emigrated, fled from the country, are in jail or somewhere else. So they're not visible anymore. Only sites of remembrance that we have now in Russia that are cemeteries. Not museums, not memorials, but cemeteries, just cemeteries. So it's a cult of the dead. And this is the only logic of remembrance, which is possible, which is not criminalized in nowadays Russia.
Is there a perspective of coming to terms with the Stalinist past in contemporary Russia? And maybe also tell us how this looks like in the case of other post-Soviet states.
So we have this discourse in the early 90s in Russia, which was about we need the second Nuremberg to condemn Stalinism and Stalinism terror. Nuremberg never happened in Russia. And it's good, I think, because I think Nuremberg is rather dangerous in terms that it's something that was, in Germany, it was understood as something from outside. And in Russia, it has to be from the society itself, as it had been in Germany, maybe in the 70s, 80s. From bottom up. In Russia, you cannot externalize this and say there's something from the other planet who brought the terror on us. It had to be us as victims and perpetrators. In Baltic lands, you have said it was Moscovite communism, the Bolsheviks, not us, not Lithuanians, not Estonians, not Latvians. In reality, there had been Estonian communism. There had been Red Latvians who had been terrorized their own people, but in Baltic space, we have this possibility to externalize the historical responsibility on others, to say that the Russians did it and we had been just victims. The perspective of coming to terms with the Stalinist past, it's rather difficult. It would take generations, I think,